This is a very standard e-commerce product manager use case, and a question that they're going to go ahead and ask you on the product manager interview for e-commerce roles, and they're going to ask you this: e-commerce site that we have has a 70% drop-off rate during the multi-step checkout process. How do we go ahead and solve this problem? So what's the problem that we're trying to solve right now is going to be pretty simple. 70% of the people that are making it to the checkout page are not purchasing the shoes or whatever it is that's being offered. That is a freaking problem that we're having right now. So you know what we're going to go ahead and do? We are going to create the following prompt to go ahead and actually remove that barrier. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go over here to Lovable. And I'm going to go back over here to my dashboard. And then I've got this thing called the Swift Checkout that we can go ahead and bring over here. And then you're going to go out there and see the following. So this is the Swift Checkout. And there's a few things that we're going to go ahead and do here that's going to make you look like a rock star. Number one, it's very important that, 7 out of 10 people are making it to the checkout page, but they're not buying. So what can we go ahead and do? Well, there's a multi-step checkout page. That means there's step after step after step. I don't know if you ever bought a pair of shoes before at Adidas. Oh my gosh, I filled out the customer survey one time and I felt like I was never leaving there. I just had to tell these people I had to go. But the first thing that we can go ahead and do is, all right, in our prompt, we can go ahead and actually say, hey, there's only 3 sizes left for the shoe that you really, really want. Okay, so we basically have that. So that lets people know, if they miss out on this chance, they're never ever going to be able to go ahead and get this pair of shoes again. I don't know if you're a sneakerhead. I wouldn't consider myself like a hardcore sneakerhead, but every now and then there's a pair of Nikes that I really like, and if that size goes away, I get so freaking pissed off because you can't ever get it again, right? Number 2, we've also unlocked something called free shipping. But, because they actually made the minimum purchase requirement, which is 150, right? Now, something else that we did that I X'd out of was the pop-up, which is we had the pop-up there, and we can actually time the pop-up in Lovable. That's actually how cool this prototype is, because this is our prompt. Create a high conversion checkout page for a premium sneaker brand. The logic: split the screen. Left side is express checkout with buttons for Apple Pay and Google Pay. The right side is going to be a smart form. There's going to be a few things. A growth features, an AI inventory banner, example, only 3 left in your size. Number 2, free shipping progress bar that updates as the item is added. And more importantly, an exit intent pop-up that appears if the mouse leaves the window, offering a 10% code. Aesthetic is clean, minimalistic, and high-end e-commerce. If you want to go ahead and get a product manager job in today's market, like the people that are actually attending our program, what they're showing, this is actually how we help somebody get an Amazon product manager job even though they're on an H1 visa. This is how we help somebody land a product manager job in 43 days at Charles Schwab. This is actually, to take it to the real next level, this is actually how we help somebody secure multiple AI product manager offers, hosting hackathons. She had, hosted one product manager hackathon, 2, 3, and 4. What companies are looking for when you're interviewing for a product manager role isn't to look at your resume and then believe whether or not you have these skills. They want to see you display these skills live right now on the spot in front of their face. More importantly, maybe that's something that they are freaking procrastinating on. One of the key strategies that we're implementing where we're combining AI skills along with our interview pitch is actually just doing the prompting and the demo in front of their face on the spot. This is what we're training our people to do. And this is exactly why, regardless of where people are at, we helped this gentleman here land a product manager job within 4 months out there in Canada. If you thought the market in America is brutal, try going to Canada, try going out there to the UK where we actually helped this gentleman land a product manager job in the UK. You have to have a portfolio. If you think it's bad in America, try landing a product manager job on an H1. We've had helped multiple people on an H1 visa. The real value add is always going to be they want to see your thought process. So before you can talk about agentic AI, before you can go ahead and talk to anything, listen, if you want to go ahead and actually close the interview into like a job, ask them right now, like, hey, how's your week coming along? What are you working on right now? What's keeping you stuck on the job? Asking them these very simple questions where they're thinking to themselves, oh my gosh, my designer just left. I gotta be the one to go out there and update this checkout page. And apparently, like, we have a 70% drop off rate. You showing them this right now, live on the spot, they're gonna look at you like somebody that just invented fire. Because you're demonstrating to them a few things that hiring managers really want to see right now. You're demonstrating that you have good storytelling skills, that you have good prompting skills, you're ahead of the curve, you've got something called product sense. They will go out there. How do we want these people to feel when they're actually on the interview with you? We want them to be like, holy shit. We want them to call HR and say, we need to get that fucking DocuSign ready and lock this person down, because this has been the most exciting candidate that I've seen thus far. Another thing that we're also doing in the program, which is also a huge flex, is tagging people on, publishing these side projects on your YouTube channel, having them scheduled out maybe a week or 2 weeks out in advance, so that, you know, hey, this is my YouTube channel where I have all these different side projects. Do you want to subscribe to it? And then they'll get an automatic ping every single time you're dropping a new high value video, instead of you following up with them like, hey, are you ready to issue out an offer letter to me yet? No, not particularly. So these are all value adds. If you want to go ahead and add in a chef's kiss, something else that we've also done is we've scraped out all of the CEOs, growth marketers, community managers, campus leaders, and outreach people and educators for like Lovable, GenSpark, Base 44, Replit, Manus. Tag them on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, X, the works. And you know what? If you get a reship, these people want you to use their products. You are their customer, right? They want you to use their products. If you go ahead and tag them on social media and they give you a reshare, all of a sudden you're gonna look like the hottest thing around since sliced bread. So I just covered that. Please don't forget to subscribe, and definitely reach out to me on LinkedIn to schedule a call. Our upcoming agentic AI cohort is coming out at the end of the month, and we're getting ready to increase rates, and all of our curriculum is included into the stack. This is actually why we're rushing into it. I'm saying rushing into it, but I want to make sure everybody has the basics down so that when we get to 11 Lab agents, NA agents, Manus agents, all of the agentic, like, you guys need to know what to agentify and what to automate, but you have to like be able to connect all these different nodes and do all these different things. With that said, reach out to me on LinkedIn. The market is hotter than ever. Let's go ahead and get it.